You are listening to part 48 of the podcast series, How Successful People Think.
Enjoy the return of bottom line thinking. How do you figure out the bottom line when it comes to your organization, business department, team, or group? In many businesses, profit is what determines whether you are succeeding. But dollars should not always be the primary measure of success. For example, you certainly wouldn't measure the ultimate success of your family by how much money you had at the end of the month or year, would you? And if you run a nonprofit or volunteer organization, how do you think bottom line in that situation? That's a question Frances Hesselbein had to ask herself in 1976 when she became the National Executive Director of the Girl Scouts of America. By the time she took the job as CEO of the organization, it was in trouble. The Girl Scouts lacked direction. On top of that, teenage girls were losing interest in the organization, and it was becoming increasingly difficult to recruit adult volunteers, especially with greater numbers of women entering into the workforce. We kept asking ourselves very simple questions, she said. What is our business? Who is our customer? And what does the customer consider valuable? Frances's focus on mission enabled her to figure out what the Girl Scouts' bottom line truly was. We really are here for one reason, to help a girl reach her highest potential. More than any one thing, that made the difference. Because when you are clear about your mission, corporate goals and operating objectives flow from it. Once she figured out what her bottom line was, she was able to create a strategy to try to achieve it. She started by reorganizing the national staff. Then she created a planning system that would be used by each of the 350 regional councils, and she introduced management training to the organization. The organization made the activities more relevant to the current culture, giving greater opportunities for use of computers, for example, rather than hosting a party. She also sought out minority participation, created bilingual materials, and reached out to low-income areas. If helping girls reach their highest potential was their bottom line, then why not be more aggressive helping girls who traditionally had fewer opportunities to have someone invest in them? The strategy worked beautifully. Minority participation in the Girl Scouts tripled. In 1990, Frances left the Girl Scouts, having made it a first-class organization. She went on to become the founding president and CEO of the Peter F. Drucker Foundation for Nonprofit Management, and now serves as chairman of its board of governors. And in 1998, she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom.